which teach them the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you are hearing me. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 243. My apologies to the persons who were looking for the stream yesterday but did not see it. I was not able to stream yesterday. Was working on a project that I was exporting and rendering from about 1 o'clock Saturday night, and it ran until about 4 o'clock this morning when JPS decided to cut off the light and it crashed. So we have to go do that over again. So one of them things, the computer couldn't manage that and the streaming same time, so I had to decide. So I end up lose almost a day and a half because of something, and then it mess up. But we give thanks same way. One of cost life no cost nothing. Done. Peeps, good night. For all the persons who are at work at this point, at this time of the evening, I trust that your shift will end soon and you will get a chance to get home safely. For the persons who are on the road, who are on their way home, please get home safely. For the persons who are home, who already listen to teach about some things, we have to jam down. Jamaica land we love. Land of Food and Water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vibes Cartel, Buju Banton, Shelly and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson, Portia Simpson Miller, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and some weak fences and the fences. Peeps, good night. We're there. Yeah, so let me say, hope all is well. Hope all the persons who are in the hearing of my voice and are seeing my face are healthy, and your family likewise. So soon forward, but first a word from the sponsors.
Are you looking for the smartest way to buying, selling, and searching for a huge range of products? Introducing Island Sales, a simple and safe place to browse your items. Shop the latest and trending branded items for your needs. With Island, you can find what you are looking for easily. Save your time and enjoy your items. Sell anything in just a few clicks. Chat instantly with buyers and sellers. Get the best deals. Customer support at any time. Download Island Sales today.
Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them. Which teach them the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel. Hey yo, yellow, like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. Hey yo, we always up to something. Teach them. Hey yo, yellow, send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them right here. Warlord representing.
Yeah, peeps. Good night. Top of the night. We're there. We have some things to talk about. See? And then look at something there. Some I don't know. Jamaica Terrati. I need to bring back a serious day though. So there are a number of stories concerning the coronavirus. However, at this point in time, I think there are preliminary testing test result that may suggest that the numbers are on the rise, but a preliminary test and a confirmed test is not the same thing. But the last time I spoke to you, which was on Friday night, we had 19 confirmed cases of the coronavirus. That number has not changed, and we give thanks. Zane, at that time we had only recorded one fatality. That number has not changed. So we give thanks, small mercies. Even on a bad day, God is good. Don't. Please, before we go any further, please remember to share the stream on your social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram story, WhatsApp status, WhatsApp groups, and the works. You know what I mean? And thing. I'm do likewise because I don't even remember sharing this them time there. Just a minute. Who me did share it with? Boom. Okay, alright. Tell me which one I coulda Peter, Paul, or John. Yeah, so boss a one share. I think I share it on Facebook yet. Let me see. I look at turn the peeps. You know what I mean? Work where work. So the Facebook. Tell me which one I could have Peter Power John. Come on. Then we I go Twitter. So everybody cheer it already, you get cheer again and so things it. Yeah. Alright, that I know piece. Ready, I know. Ready, and gone, we gone. So some things I could start this now. Cartel say, alright, I could start it so. Well, alright. I what do them, I don't know. What do them? Zane, it's 21K. Oh, so they confirmed. Because I just wake up to you know, that's the next thing. Okay. Rebellious. Thanks so much. Really and truly I appreciate that. Zane. So I am hearing that there are now 21 confirmed cases. We would have a run of a couple of days when no confirmation never go on still. Zane and thing. The man said the Admiral is stuck in the head. Zane. But there, this morning I wake up. Well, I didn't really sleep last night for some strange reason. Zane, like, if I slept 1 hour last night, I slept a lot. Like, was just resting. Baba Max, what you doing? Peace, big up Baba Max, you know, them man, they're responsible for you, you know what I mean? I look like my mother's son. You understand, and thing. Big up yourself, you know, bro. And, I start get some notifications, say, Garfield Reed, more popularly known as Bad Boy Trevor, was arrested by the police. Zane? And them things. And we do a one video early. Zane, Sean Clue, poetry for we teach. Sure. I not set up myself in a life, you know. Zane, Bad Boy Trevor charged for staging pool party, as I call it, a fool party, during COVID-19 lockdown. So actor and director and, well, I don't even know, Garfield Reed, more popularly known as Bad Boy Trevor, has been taken into custody after cops reportedly raided a pool party being held at a house on Plantation Drive in Plantation Heights. You know, when Plantation Heights, they drive to pull off the ice, but Trevor and his friend pay the ultimate price. Everything good, man. St. Andrew, last night, according to law enforcement, Reed has since been charged with breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act, the State of Emergency Act, the Spirit License Act, and the Noise Abatement Act, according to police. Also, a 22-year-old Kenil Smith, who cops alleged was manning the bar, Zane, at the party, was also charged with breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act, the State of Emergency Act, and the Spirit License Act. Both men are to appear in court on April 24th. Zane, a COVID them a take for joke. You know, see it. No, they went up a court. The Disaster Risk Management Enforcement Act was outlined, which outlines some of the steps being taken to contain the spread of the coronavirus, took effect last Wednesday, the 18th of March, a day after it was tabled in the House of Representatives. Now, spokesman for the police force, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, confirmed the arrest. She also said that we knew that he was keeping a party in breach of the order. The police say they learned about the party through a message that was being circulated on social media platforms. It is reported that when the police arrived at the party, they saw more than 50 revelers gathered around a pool frolicking to loud music. So the police them roll in, them never find a machine. Only 50 adults behave like preteens. Ah, boy. A quantity of liquor was seized, the police said. My understanding is that they also seized the console, the music console, and them something there. So, I don't know if they were granted bail. You know, the report never said that. The police report never said that. The media reports never said that. And thing. Like, peeps, we're not easy here, man. We here say, it things set away. In order to help the fight, Zane, there are some things that we have to practice. And this man saw it fit, see, to arrange a pool party, a full party, where over 50 people were in close proximity to each other, frolicking. A party, music a play, liquor did them and I go wine pan girl. You understand what I say? So, boy, I don't know. I will soon come back to this fella here. Now, we know the situation with the energy god, Ellie. Him depend a different method from what here. You understand? Him come and say some things. And as I said before, if I was in charge of anything in relation to this, Elephant Man would have been placed in government quarantine simply because of how he dealt with the situation. Now, the government, I do not know if they acted of their own volition, their own will, or they were prompted from the calls and the utterances in the public saying Elia will get to it because Elia artist and them something there. However, whatever them do, see, whatever them do, or whatever reason why they make the move, the reality is that Elephant Man is being made in some way to give an account for his actions. Making false declaration to customs, to immigration, as far as I remember, the fine is $100. That is what Tesha Miller had paid. I do not know if that law was amended since then, but we'll see. Elephant Man charged and is to be forced into COVID-19 quarantine facility. Dancehall artist Elephant Man has been charged with breaches of the Immigration Act after allegedly making a false declaration to immigration authorities upon arrival in the island last week. He was charged Monday afternoon by CTOC investigators. You know, CTOC is the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Division of the Police Force, and will appear in court on April 15. Last week, an investigation was launched into the incident after a voice note emerged with an immigration officer accusing Elephant Man of failing to declare to authorities that he had visited Germany, which is among the worst affected countries in the novel coronavirus pandemic. Elephant Man's actions ignited a firestorm of criticism from the public, who demanded action to be taken. Action, not a bagamot. Yes, and now it seems the energy god has to face the music. He will be forcefully placed in a government-mandated quarantine facility beginning today. Yeah? A source said. Elephant Man had initially denied the allegations, but later issued an apology for what he called a misunderstanding over whether he made a false declaration to immigration officers. See? And Ellie do a bag of things because I say then nowadays we see Ellie on the socials, in the paper, on the telly, with a lame apology I try to sell it. The man who waste him energy and do folly and turn around a ball say him sorry. It's like the man rob Harry and turn toddler. Big man a tell lie on declaration paper. Please, me can't bother say that out of my head now. I just pray. Yo, Jamaica, it's like we curse because it's either we are the best or we are the worst. Someone no easy. It's like them a run down the earth with them pocket mine or them purse thirst. Someone on the menses are just some weak fences. Them think them smart, but them lack all senses. Me see the one bad boy Trevor turn mad boy Trevor. Swear him smooth and think him clever. The man call up some shorty and a keep pool party. Well, it's more of a fool party because them life it could have cost it. Me I tell you the truth. Me I wonder if I brave them brave. If some man are just some real pum slave. It's like a them grave them a crave. A COVID them a take for joke. And see it now, them in up a court. Garfield raid, did a move with speed. This him couldn't believe, so him pull off with such great ease. So the party a kick, and him a go and breeze. Pon the pool side, him a go on all the vibes. Thinking everything Chris, and the system him this. But him never realize, said this one, the police them never miss. The cops run in, but them never find a machine. Just over 50 adults, I behave like some preteen. It was a girl farm Sunday, was send them a prison Monday. Up a plantation nights, them try pull their eyes. But bad boy Trevor and him friend pay the ultimate price. Liquor get seized, freedom get squeezed. Now, bad boy Trevor in a familiar spot. You don't know that a dunk on him knees. It's like the man them nah learn. Yo, the man them nah show no concern. I better things change when them freedom are pocket burn. Now the other day I see Ellie, pon the socials, in the paper, pon the telly, with a lame apology. I try sell it. The man waste him energy at the folly, then turn around and a ball say him sorry. It's like the man rob Harry and turn toddler. Big man a tell lie pan declaration paper. Yo, the elephant fly in and say quarantine enough for him. Well, as far as me concerned, we need a zoo to lock him in. And if the cops don't want to move in, we just call in, right again. You zine? See what you say? DYC again the motivation. Think good man. They're right the boss. See? So peeps. That was just cause and that came in my head while I was doing the video about bad boy Trevor being arrested. I mean I said, hold on there, man. Then we normally rhyme and thing and we do a next little thing in idea and build a little vibes and thing and but us boom 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 turn on the camera cause the camera them actually set up in our studio since me the home. Cookie mama. pull up, fiddle. Then money pull up it at the greatest, then me soon come back. You understand? Yo, Jamaica, it's like we curse because it's either we are the best or we are the worst. Someone no easy, it's like them a run down the earth with them pocket mine or them purse thirst. Some man and them menses are just some weak fences. Them think them smart, but them lack all senses. Me see the one bad boy Trevor turn mad boy Trevor. Swear him smooth and think him clever. The man call up some shorty and a keep pool party. Well, it's more of a fool party because them life, it could have cost it. Me I tell you the truth, me I wonder if I brave them brave. If some man are just some real pum slave. It's like a them grave, them a crave. A COVID them a take for joke and see it now, them in up a court. Garfield raid, did a move with speed. This him couldn't believe, so him pull off with such great ease. So the party a kick and him a go and breeze. Pon the pool side, him a go on all the vibes. Thinking everything Chris and the system him this. But him never realize, said this one, the police them never miss. The cops run in, but them never find a machine. Just over 50 adults, I behave like some preteen. It was a girl farm Sunday, was send them a prison Monday. Up a plantation nights, them try pull their eyes. But bad boy Trevor and him friend pay the ultimate price. Liquor get seized, freedom get squeezed. Now, bad boy Trevor in a familiar spot. You don't know that a dunk on him knees. It's like the man them nah learn. Yo, the man them nah show no concern. I better things change when them freedom are pocket burn. Now the other day I see Ellie, pon the socials, in the paper, pon the telly, with a lame apology. I try sell it. The man waste him energy at the folly, then turn around and a ball say him sorry. It's like the man rob Harry and turn toddler. Big man a tell lie pan declaration paper. Yo, the elephant fly in and say quarantine enough for him. Well, as far as me concerned, we need a zoo to lock him in. And if the cops don't want to move in, we just call in, right again. You zine? Peeps, Cookie pay for your money pull up, so we have to drop it. Dante Dan, respect for the studio message, brother. You know what thing, hard work and dedication, brother. Sacrifices and vision. You know what I mean? That's a thing there, though. We still have some work for doing here, but it'll go on. We give thanks. You understand? So, peeps, I mean, as me say, but just sit down and just, you know what I mean, flow. Zine, but it scripted for one thing and some of me have to read off of my iPad. Because I quick and fast, man. while the video upload, but Bad Boy Trevor, me I record the one for that's up there. Zane, Rosie B, teach that performance need a payment. Money pull up straight. Blessing stage. Keep up the amazing work. Blessings on the Empress Rosie. Zane, your peeps, you know, see them and told me in a star. You understand? It look like that one dub boy, me I'm gonna send me far. Ah boy, peace, big up on yourself. Me appreciate the fact, say, Zane, on enjoy thing. You understand? We probably need to start though one or a few more things like this. As in rhyme time news, rhyme time views. I don't know one of them things. We see you go. You understand? Cause sometimes you have to just be different and creative, yes. Cause a long time we have built lesson plan and unit planners and nothing to build a flow slam. You understand? So that's the situation, peeps. Elephant Man has been quarantined. Information is that is at the quarantine location at the University of the West Indies. Not 100% certain. He should have been placed in the quarantine facility from the same day him reach home and them something there. So I don't know. I guess things take a little time sometime. You understand? The man them we have influence to know better and to do better. You understand? You know some people look up to you. You know whatever one thing about Ellie, you have people out there will look up to Ellie. You understand what I say? And thing. No matter what you think about Bad Boy Trevor, you have people out there will look up to Bad Boy Trevor. Well, I look down on Bad Boy Trevor. You understand what I say? I look to Bad Boy Trevor. So everybody have them sphere of influence in this life. You understand what I say? And we as a people have to take responsibility for our actions. Zane, we have to take responsibility for our actions. Mrs. Pickard Trade, good night, ma'am. It's good to see you. You understand? So Ellie is in quarantine. I suppose for 14 days. And now him there in the 1 week already. But say him decide say him want self-quarantine. I'm saying that foolish is already, you know. I don't tell you no I go on pan that already when me think about that. But it's what it is. So we'll watch and see how them things here develop and them something there. Zane and thing. You Wilson, teach them everything brilliantly done. I say I heard enough family. So that is the update on that one, the peeps. We'll watch and see how far it goes and what will be the punishment, as I said, just off of the top of my head. To make a false declaration to immigration is $100 Jamaican. And though I know that is the amount that one Tesha Miller was ordered to pay when he was in a similar situation. I do not know if since then that law has been amended and stuff. I also am not familiar with the fines that the charges levied against Bad Boy Trevor attracts. So I guess we probably need to do a little bit of research, read that and them something there. So from yesterday, peeps, a little thing did go on in the press between the Ministry of Health and a member of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group, the latter, the Gleaner. As the Gleaner published 2 articles which made reference to healthcare workers having been tested positive for the coronavirus, but according to them, those healthcare workers were not added to the 19 confirmed cases that existed. So there was a bit of a war of words between the ministry and the Gleaner. Subsequent to that, the head of the Gleaner RGR Communications Group, Gary Allen, made a public statement in which he apologized to the Ministry of Health and the Jamaican people for the error that was made. Yeah? Sorry guys, I'm coming out of the studio without water. I know some many of you familiar with that too, but we have to discuss it on a little level because them little things have. Ah boy. The Ministry of Health refutes media report citing COVID-19 cases not accounted for. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has refuted a local media report which suggested that medical personnel in Jamaica have tested positive for the coronavirus, but are not being counted among the official data being released by the ministry. While Sunday's media report quoted Health Minister Dr. Christopherson supporting the reported position, in a release, the ministry said, "We do acknowledge that an interview was given by the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. the Honorable Christopher Tufton, MP. During the interview there was a range of questions that were posed and answers given on several matters, including general testing of persons and frontline healthcare workers, and whether their tests were positive and included in the announced 19 cases so far. The Minister of Health and Wellness wished to emphatically state that no doctor, nurse, or any member of the frontline staff in the public health system or private practice in Jamaica has so far tested positive for the coronavirus, and that there are no healthcare workers who have been excluded from the count of positive cases in Jamaica. Some members of the frontline staff have been in quarantine due to exposure to COVID-19 cases in Jamaica, but all have tested negative and are serving the quarantine period of 14 days. To safeguard our first responders, including nurses and doctors, Jamaica has established a protocol to randomly test our healthcare team for COVID-19, and those who may have unknowingly come in contact with a suspected COVID-19 case, they undergo the requisite quarantine and testing protocols. At the same time, through the daily media briefings, press releases, interviews, and snapshots, dashboards, the ministry has been fully transparent as it relates to the number of persons tested for COVID-19, those in quarantine, those in isolation, and the number of persons who would have come to Jamaica from a country of interest added the release. Yeah? So, that was the Ministry of Health responding to the allegations as was published by the Gleaner newspaper. A second article was published in the paper, then, where it says, healthcare workers say hospitals not equipped with specialized gear to deal with the COVID-19. So frontline healthcare workers in the war against the dreaded corona disease are expressing paralyzing anxiety to deal with the outbreak as confirmed cases continue to rise in Jamaica. Doctors and nurses stationed at several of the island's public hospitals and clinics shared with the Sunday Gleaner that the health facilities and staff are not equipped with the specialized gear needed to treat patients afflicted with the highly infectious disease. So up to yesterday, which would have been Saturday, I suppose, Jamaica had 19 confirmed cases, Zane, and they were awaiting results for 10 tests. As Rebellious said earlier, it is now 21 confirmed cases and thing. So the long and short of the story is that there have been reports that from health personnel, well, from the media, who they claim they spoke to health personnel, Zane, and they are saying that there are a shortage of things, while the government is saying that they would have ordered X amount of things recently, and the equipment necessary for the frontline workers is in place. So you don't know who to really believe in these times. You understand what I say? You don't know who to believe in these times. But make see what go on. So watch now. So the health ministry clarifies comments on the frontline staff on coronavirus. So I remember that in answering some question, the health minister might have inadvertently said some things that may have led the media house to interpret his response a particular way. Zane, where I think all the Gleaner did need to do is just seek further clarification. So the Health and Wellness Ministry has clarified comments by the health minister in the interview with the Sunday Gleaner about frontline workers and coronavirus disease. Now, according to the ministry, as I said before, no health worker has tested as positive. And in a statement released, the ministry also said no frontline worker has been excluded from the 19. We talk about that already. Zane, and thing. So Tufton was quick to point out. Alright, let me get this from up here, so. Let me get this because this is important. But they don't want to cut out some of this, but it don't make no sense. Meanwhile, the Minister of Health, Dr. Chris Tufton, who has been leading Jamaica's pushback against the spread of the respiratory ailment, said so far there has been no reason for him to get tested. I guess people had asked him that. Tufton admitted that he had visited Bull Bay in St. Andrew, which is now under quarantine, because of its link to at least 2 confirmed cases, but said he had not experienced any of the symptoms. I did not go into the actual zone. I was really at the checkpoint where the police and soldiers were. I would say that I have not put myself into the high risk category to date, he explained. As a minister, I would come in contact with a number of persons who would sometimes be at risk, but we try to minimize that as best as possible. Tufton was quick to point out, however, that he would not hesitate to get tested if I put myself at risk or detected any preliminary symptoms. And them something there. Then, yeah. So that's them look thing. So the Gleaner now, for their part, so RJR Gleaner Group, I kind of feel all over the place right now. RJR Group CEO released his statement on COVID-19 story. So, yesterday morning story in the Sunday Gleaner about COVID-19 testing and the status of health workers in Jamaica has generated tremendous concerns. Having discussed the matter with our editorial team, the Ministry of Health, the Minister himself and the Permanent Secretary, we now have full clarity on the matter. We accept the clarifications given and apologize for any misunderstandings arising out of statements in the interview with the Minister, and regret concerns our readers may have formed. We assure you that, as can be seen by our numerous supportive activities across the RJR Communications Group, of which the Gleaner is a member, we are fully committed to providing accurate, live, extensive coverage, useful programming, giving guidance and tips in print, digital and electronic media, as well as partnering with the government to achieve the best for Jamaica at this time. So in short, the Gleaner may have published some things that may have not been as accurate as they would have wished. See? But you know Jamaican people stay. From we read it, have to go so. From we hear so, it have to go so. You understand? It's unfortunate that those articles were published, Zane, without getting the clarification necessary. It's what it is. All media houses make mistakes from time to time. It is very, very rough to be making mistakes in these times, especially considering that we live in a country where persons are so gullible and persons are quick to latch on to any negative thing that may come their way, Zane, and put a spin on any negative thing that may come their way. I understand that the coronavirus thing, you will always have challenges and issues, you understand? But there are some people who just sit down out there and I wait for hear say, something I miss. You understand? For whatever reason, be it political, be it whatever it is, that is just the reality. You see? The Nurses Association president is also urging the public to shun misinformation among COVID-19 scare. Carmen Johnson, president of the Jamaican Nurses Association, is imploring Jamaicans to not discriminate against nurses during the fight against COVID-19 due to misinformation. We want to say to the populace to not use this and create any other negative resentment towards our nurses or want to shun them more. We are still trying to be safe and we are still trying to ensure that the rest of the population is safe and that they are cared for, she said, while adding that the inaccuracies that were reported, which stated that nurses and doctors have tested positive for COVID-19, could not have come at a more unfortunate time. It is very unfortunate at a time when we are still trying to get our nurses to be a bit more comfortable and responsive in saying they will participate in the cure of these patients. Because as you all know, the fear of the unknown still lingers and we don't know how it will play out. Yes, we are aware that we have had members who have had to work with patients who were diagnosed and who were quarantined. For some reason, the article is hard to read. But to date, they have not depicted any signs or symptoms and they continue to do well. So the president of the Nurse Association said our members are not aware at this time of any nurse who has been tested positive for COVID-19. Yeah. So I suppose that has been put to rest for the time being. My granny said you never see smoke without fire. And the reality is that, and big up the persons, if you're here for the first time, welcome. You understand? If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you are shout you out, my apologies for not responding, Zane. But it is nothing, you know what I mean? It's just that me kind of focus on something. But me shout out people as me go along. The people that are there regular know that. But if you come here and a shout out, it's not no form of disrespect. But me I ignore you. You understand what I say? And thing. You understand? If you're there for the first time, welcome. Fast Sprint! Big up on yourself and the family. You know what thing, and I appreciate the support. You hear, sir? Seeing Fast Sprint in the place. Fast Sprint is a company, some youth. I think I meet them at one festival thing up at Bullet Mountain about 2 years back. Real youths them. I think they operate out of Clarendon and things. So if in another region they want anything done, anything for print, and they also do courier services as in they shipping things for people and things. I think they are on Instagram and Facebook and them. So go check out Fast Sprint. What I need for do some business, you know. Me take some amount of money and advertise something. You understand? But big up yourself, brother. Manners every time. Zane? Yeah, man. Zane? Bobby, blessings. Castro. All of the people in the building, manners. It is very unfortunate that the government has had to be defending itself from an article published by what would be considered a national newspaper. Zane. But these things happen. As I said, the time couldn't be more inopportune. Zane, teach them. I have gotten addicted to your channel straight. Big up yourself in a candy war. Manners are respecting the Empress. Hope all is well. Yeah, son. And thing. So I am happy that the Gleaner has come out and publicly declared that they may have made some errors and they needed to have gotten clarification on some things and stuff. So I'm glad for that. I am also happy to hear that to date, no frontline worker has tested positive for the novel coronavirus. I mean, that is positive news. It is very easy for our healthcare workers to become infected because of the nature of what they do. Zane, and the nurses have been facing discrimination and stigmatization before these reports. So you can imagine, especially how the taxi operators will treat with them now. Boy, I mean, I know, it's set away. Zane, boy. Now, on Thursday, the government declared, one of them 2 days, that starting 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, all incoming passenger flights to Jamaica will be cancelled for a 14-day period. They stated that cargo shipments in and out of the country will continue, and also if there are persons in Jamaica who wants to be repatriated to their place of birth, they are free to do so, but we were not accepting any incoming traffic, passenger traffic. However, the government has since relaxed that for a few days in order to facilitate some groups of Jamaicans to return home. Government delays in coming passenger restrictions for some Jamaicans until March 24, which is tomorrow. So the extension will end tomorrow. See, the government has changed the order restricting incoming passengers at air and seaports, making exceptions for some Jamaicans. As a result, airline crew and certain categories of Jamaicans overseas, like ship workers and people who commence travel before March 20, will now be allowed until March 24 to return home instead of the 11:59 p.m. March 21st deadline. Hmm? Christopher say I don't agree with the weight. I can understand that, Christopher, but some persons have a genuine case as to why they were still overseas, and I mean it hard to tell a Jamaican who want come home to them family, so them can't come home to them family, you know. Zane, countries like Canada have closed their borders, but they are receiving Canadians. Many countries are receiving only their nationals. So I am not necessarily against us facilitating the return of Jamaicans in this time. We know some of them may come back infected. That is a possibility, Zane. But if you were out in the field, my friend, working, and you are only now being released by your place of employ, Zane, and you wanted to come home, I am certain that you would have felt aggrieved and let down by the government if you were not given the opportunity to do so. You understand? So we have to be cognizant in that something here that some person's situation may dictate that they were only now able to return to the country. Zane, there, so I go on family. Zane. So that is that. I understand the concerns where my friend just shared, Christopher. I understand that totally, you know, bro. Zane, 100% I understand that. But as me I say, it's a delicate thing, and sometimes you have to give and take. You understand? I am okay in giving in this situation and taking back some of my Jamaicans if they want to come home. You understand? Because I wouldn't want to know that I am out there in the diaspora and I want to come home and I am barred from coming home by my government. That kind of rough. It would be nice if these Jamaicans were able, you know, to build with them there until the worst passes, but that is not always possible based on their situation. You understand? So that is what that is. So watch this now, peeps. So certain categories of Jamaicans, which include people who work on airlines, as I know, some airplanes, some airlines are only grounding now. So it means that those flight attendants and engineers and pilots are only now being given the opportunity to return. Some persons who work on ships, some ships are now only docking, as they would have been out at sea for a long time, so they are only getting a chance to return now. So you know what, Ingo. Watch this now, peeps. So the extension though ends tomorrow, which I think is fair. So however, according to an order signed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Jamaicans will have to go into 14 days home quarantine on arrival in the island. So those Jamaicans who are coming home between then and 11:59 tonight or tomorrow, Zane will have to go in mandatory government quarantine facility. Yeah? No, a home quarantine. I don't love a home quarantine, and a home quarantine no wise. But alright. Here are the categories of people who will now be allowed up to March 24 to return home. Listen to the categories, a lot of them. Jamaicans employed in contract work programs between the government of Jamaica and foreign government or private sector entities. Jamaicans employed overseas and arriving home in groups from the country of employment, so like farm workers. Jamaican holders of seaman certificates. So you may have some Jamaicans who have been out at sea for a protracted period of time and they can only just reach home now. Airline crew whose admission is required to facilitate the arrival and departure of aircraft permitted by the government. Any Jamaican who's traveled to Jamaica commenced on or before March 20 to arrive in Jamaica on or before March 23rd. Jamaicans whose trips were booked and confirmed on or before March 20 with the arrival date on or before the 23rd of March. Any other persons or category of persons authorized by the ministry with responsibility for immigration subject to cabinet approval. Conditions for allowing Jamaicans entry up to the 24th. 1. They must be placed under home quarantine for 14 days or in a facility as directed by the authorized officer. I am for the government facility. The home quarantine thing is a dangerous thing. Alright. They must provide to the chief immigration officer before boarding the address where he or she will remain during the quarantine. I suppose health workers may pop up. They must provide the telephone number at which he or she may be contacted in Jamaica. They must provide the residential address and telephone number of his or her next of kin. So can persons under quarantine leave Jamaica before the 14-day period? Based on the order, people in quarantine may leave the island before the end of their 14-day period if they do not show any symptoms of the coronavirus. And as such, if they develop symptoms during the quarantine period, they should immediately contact the Ministry of Health number, which is 888 One Love. That is 888 663 5683. I didn't know that number out of my head now. 888 663 5683. I can appreciate the move, and I sincerely hope that as many Jamaicans out there who wish to return home are able to do so before the period ends, which is either tonight or tomorrow. Also, you know that the Cuban healthcare and education system are well celebrated around the world. Yeah? And the Minister of Health had announced not long ago that a team of Cuban medical practitioners were coming to Jamaica to help with the fight. They have arrived, see? But they are not just them not, and as soon as arrive them start work. They have to quarantine for 14 days before they start to help. Make a lot of sense. 140 medical professionals arrived into the country on Saturday from Cuba to further bolster Jamaica's response to the outbreak of the COVID-19. The practitioners arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport one day last week. Health Minister Christopher, who was at the airport to welcome the group, said he was encouraged by the move. Thank you, Cuba, for your quick response to our request for support against COVID-19. Thanks to the local health team who coordinated to get this mission here in just over a month, said the minister. We are here to support the Jamaican people. Thank you so much for being here with us, said a senior spokesperson for the group of health officials who arrived at the airport to loud applause. Officials from the Ministry of Health and Wellness said the medical practitioners are expected to get to work in a matter of weeks, as the Cuban professionals will be quarantined for 14 days and then deployed across hospitals island-wide. You understand? So it's a good look that. It's a good move that. And I am most pleased to hear that even in desperate times, we don't just take them and throw them in a thing. They have to be quarantined for 14 days. I like that. That is why anybody who are coming to the country now should be quarantined for 14 days in a government facility. Not at them yard. Peeps, with the misinformation and the social media doctors, the WhatsApp doctors, and the Facebook doctors, and the Instagram doctors, who some of them can't spell doctor, giving remedies to coronavirus that have killed thousands of people around the world. Every Miss Jane and Mass Earl. You understand? The government is again taking the opportunity to appeal to the nation that they ought to be careful and exercise solid judgment, logical and rational reasoning, and decision making. You have some people, them only want get a voice note and anything in the world can pass them through it. That's that I get. Some people only want get a voice note and anything in this world can pass them through it. Because them not care. As long as in a voice note, that's how it go. Gospel according to John. What may I tell you? Remember, there was a situation where health officials stated that we ought not to be mixing vinegar with hydrogen peroxide because there is a chemical reaction that can cause harm. Apparently, persons are still doing that. Some persons are so desperate for hand sanitizers and all sort of sanitizing agents that as long as something look like a liquid in a one bottle, them buy it. It no matter who give them good. Do not use unapproved and unlabeled sanitization products, says the Ministry of Health. I'll read that again. Me hear Muta play a voice note where one brother said come through phone. Do not use unapproved and unlabeled sanitization products. Why would I be using something when the instruction of the pan and the manufacturing information and the serial number and the ingredients? Some people may die from imbecility than the coronavirus. Yeah? Oh boy. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has urged members of the public to refrain from using sanitization products that are not approved and properly labeled. In a release on Saturday, the ministry expressed concern about reports of widespread use of makeshift and less than ideally produced sanitization products, which it said are likely to compromise the health and safety of the user. It has come to the attention of the Ministry of Health and Wellness that establishments are requiring customers to use unlabeled and unknown substances to sanitize their hands before entering the establishment. First thing, I nah just go in a place and people are spraying nothing upon my hand. That's the first thing. Yeah, so I don't know where I spray upon my hand and our family. Yeah, so I have to say that first. And then we just will reverse. We have also been made aware that some of these unknown substances have caused adverse reactions among some customers, the release from the ministry said. The ministry is advising establishments that wish to offer this sanitization option that they should use an approved hand sanitizer in a container and that this is labeled. The ministry is also warning against the use of any mixture of chemicals like a herb, the man must spray. Additionally, customers are to be advised as to what chemical or hand sanitizer is being used. Customers are not to be denied entry on the basis of refusing to use unlabeled and or unknown substances. Establishments should also make facilities available where customers can wash their hands with soap and water. Of note, for effective use, all hand sanitizers should contain a minimum of 62% alcohol content. In the meantime, members of the public are urged to adhere to measures that will decrease the spread of COVID-19 and other viral illnesses, including the following: maintaining distance of at least 1 meter or 3 feet from persons who are coughing or sneezing, covering mouth and nose with a tissue when coughing or sneezing and discard it. Then perform hand hygiene immediately. Refrain from touching your face as best as possible. That one they hard. Performing hand hygiene frequently. Use soap and water, especially when hands are visibly soiled, or an alcohol-based sanitizer with a minimum of 62% alcohol content. And the ministry wishes to remind all persons who suspect that they have had exposure to COVID-19 and are displaying symptoms to self-isolate immediately and contact the Ministry of Health, Hygiene and Wellness. May I put all I number them down here again, because I can't bother call out the whole of them. See? And them something. Yeah. Also, peeps, is tissue alone for flush down toilet, you hear? Wipes are not toilet paper. Wipes are not toilet paper. So for the persons who substitute wipes, toppy, with toilet paper, you understand? Don't flush wipes down the toilet, because them are going to block up the sewer mains and we see them when I go complain. Eh? The National Water Commission, the great NWC. The National Water Commission is reminding persons not to flush wipes and similar material down the toilet. In a release today, the NWC said although it recognizes the need to increase hygiene practices in light of the spread of the COVID-19, it is reminding persons that flushing wipes down the toilet will only clog drains and sewers and impede the flow of sewage to treatment plants. It says wipes and similar material should be carefully bagged and placed in garbage bins to be collected. The NWC says failure to properly discard such items will result in devastating the environment and other consequences. Yeah? Meanwhile, the NWC says while it will not be disconnecting service during the COVID-19 outbreak for late payments, customers should brace for unavoidable interruptions due to infrastructural improvement projects. Tell me which one. Them will give plumber enough work. But if I was a plumber, I wouldn't really want to be working in some of these times, you know. Because these are some serious times. You understand? Private sector commits $150 million to help with the COVID-19 fight. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, yes, so you have flushable ones. Oh, but then, I don't know. Alright. We live and we learn. As the number of confirmed cases of the novel coronavirus increases in Jamaica, private sector organizations are giving their commitment to assist the government of Jamaica with relevant resources needed to effectively manage the cases. Then we're good with that. Some member companies of the private sector organization of Jamaica across various industries have now joined forces and me glass scratch me. My grandmother tell me, say, you understand? And have committed to contributing a total of $150 million to purchase ventilators to outfit the hospitals that have been designated by the Ministry of Health and Wellness to handle the persons infected with the virus. Yeah. So President of the PSOJ, Keith Duncan, said the PSOJ has been actively supporting the government of Jamaica with the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. The need for ventilators was identified as a critical area of the public health response. We saw this as a very important initiative around which to rally the private sector to save as many Jamaican lives as possible. We are happy that our stakeholders have come on board and have so far pledged $150 million. Christopher Zaka, President and CEO of the Sagicor Group, Jamaica, and a member of the MOHW, that is the committee response advisory team, noted that it is the collective responsibility of all citizens to play their part in helping to control and mitigate the spread of the virus. Public-private partnership is especially important during times like this, as we have to tackle this virus as one united country, doing all we can to lessen the impact on the lives of all citizens. Leading the charge in the $150 million contribution is NCB Financial Group, and my company that you know. Me and Michael Leachin own that. We have shares on them. Who have contributed $30 million. Sagicor Group, that a part of my company, you know. You understand? Me kind of own piece of that, you know. JMMB, that a part of my company, you know. Yeah, I be a contribute, me a contribute. And Scotia Bank, me don't want none yet, but I do a lot of banking with them, like. You understand? So, Sagicor has given 20 million, NCB 30, Scotia 15 mil. And the Sandals Foundation and the We Care Foundation together has contributed $20 million. I mean, every mickle make a muckle. Other donors include the ICD Group, Jamaica Broilers, Restaurant of Jamaica's, JP Group, the Richard and Diana Stewart Foundation, the GK Group, and Musan. Yeah? So, it's a good move. It's a good look. You understand what I say? And thing. See? Oh, come here, see me hand back wide, so then that not hot. So please, I could get into, so that's the coronavirus update, overview, review. So I could get to some things where, boy, I tell them, I don't know where man, the country is away, you know. See, yo, man, them, yo, I could talk about some things, right, you know. I don't even want to talk about it, but we have to go do it, because you don't really teach news. No, money not tall, but we have a few shares in these companies. You understand? So these are shareholder. Then this is me and Michael own NCB. Then him just have more money in there than me. Man, hold on. I will not really reach us yet, you know. I rush a thing, but it's true. So we have to talk about a lot of that too. See? Alright. We could start it, so. No, I'm not buying a shares in a JPS yet. What are them time? 3, as in 3 flee, leaving behind gun and ammo on Marchpen Road. So the police recovered a Taurus 9mm pistol and 3 rounds of ammunition during an operation yesterday on Marchpen Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. According to the police, about 11:15 p.m., lawmen were on operation when on reaching a section of Marchpen Road. 3 men allegedly ran as the police approached. The area was searched and the firearm and ammunition were found. No arrests were made. You understand? So some man run left them shoes. You understand? Oh man, shoeless. Suspected suicide. Where said yes? 3 flees. No, 3 flee. Suspected suicide at Tower Street Correctional Center, GP. The police are reporting that 34-year-old O'Shane Smith, an inmate at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center in Kingston, is believed to have committed suicide. The police say during a routine cell check at 8 a.m. on Sunday, officers observed Smith's body hanging by a piece of rope made from twisted clothes and tied to a window. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Westmoreland man confessed to murdering security guard. He has been charged. Team member, then me I read where article say brother is not me write it. Then me just read what is there. You understand me? I say it said 3 flee. You understand? Westmoreland man confessed to murdering security guard. Detectives from the Westmoreland Police Division charged a man in connection with the Thursday, January 16 killing of 33-year-old Owen Grant, a security guard of Pleasant Park in George's Plain in the parish. Charged with murder is 26-year-old Jason James, unemployed, of Ricketts River District, Frome in the parish. The police report that Grant's body was found about 7:25 p.m. after residents who heard explosions summoned the police. The body had several stab wounds and gunshot wounds. James was arrested on Saturday, March 21, and later charged after he confessed to the killing, according to the police. His court date is to be finalized. Hey, Cams, how are you? Hope you're okay. Nobody rush. I just reached. Then, cop battling for life after gun attack in Greater Portmore. The police, a police constable is in hospital battling for his life after he was attacked and shot by unknown assailants in St. Catherine on Friday night. Reports are that about 9:45 p.m. the cop came under attack from a group of men in the Clifton section of Greater Portmore. Gunfire was directed at him, resulting in the lawman being hit several times, including in the abdomen. The injured cop reportedly sped off from the scene and managed to drive to a security checkpoint, where he was assisted to hospital. He was admitted in serious condition, and the Police Federation has sent out an urgent message seeking persons to donate blood for the lawman's treatment. Reports from Detective Sergeant Patriero, chairman of the Federation, are that the policeman had to undergo surgery. In response to the shooting, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson condemned acts of violence against the police and warned members of the public to desist from such actions. No one has so far been held in connection with the shooting. As a probe continuing to the incident, the police are seeking people with information to call Crime Stop at 311. Blessings, Father Never Black. Yeah? Father Damian Scott. Oh, go on. Tia Spencer. How are you? Team member, Manas. Miss Yvonne Riley. Zane. Guy Fox. Guy. Big up. You understand? Yeah, man. Boy. I hope the officer will get the blood that he needs. I hope that he will also be able to recover from his injuries. Central Village man gets 6 years for a second gun. Frederick Clark's Booty Braham. Clark's Booty, you know, something there. I have one song named Clark's Booty, Lico John. Lico John and first man sing about Clark's. You want to know me know that? Tell me how me know that. The reputed Don of Rockland's Central Village, man named Clark's Booty, was last Friday sentenced to 6 years in prison for possession of an illegal firearm in 2018, following last month's 4-year conviction for a weapon seized from him in 2012. Oh, okay. Braham had pleaded guilty to 2 charges of illegal possession of firearm within 2 weeks in the corporate area gun court, having spent more than a year in custody after being captured in December 2018 for absconding bail in 2012. On the first charge, Braham changed his plea to guilty on Tuesday, January 21, when he appeared before Justice Carl Beswick on the first charge. Next time, can you interview him? Watch me now. Police sources said that Braham had been sought for almost a decade in relation to a number of shootings and murders committed in 2009 before absconding bail in 2012. Braham was on the run for 6 years before being held on the 14th of December 2018, caught with another illegal weapon by the St. Catherine South Special Operations Unit after being the target of dozens of operations launched in search of him. Teach them what that money means up top with the red side. I don't know. I live in the States. It means somebody made a contribution via Super Chat to the stream, my friend. Yeah? Blessings. Which one are there now? The pre-dawn raid had triggered demonstrations in Chinatown, a section of Central Village, where roadblocks were mounted by some residents who claimed him as their protector, saying that he was innocent of all allegations. But the man plead guilty and them say him innocent, and I say, what going on like that? Braham was charged with was charged under multiple identities after giving the investigation officers, Constable Michael Edwards, 3 different names when held with a 9mm pistol inside his shoes in Chinatown. A man shows how wear shoes. Prior to Braham's second guilty plea, his attorney, Everton Bird, told the court that his client had instructed him that the police had planted the second gun on him, a claim that the reputed Central Village gangster afterwards retracted when he pleaded guilty before Justice Beswick, saying, "It was my gun." Ah, boy. So, apparently the sentence them a run consecutively, because I don't see nothing about them running concurrently, and them something. So, I don't know. Yo, you see them people have more time in them community, you see when things happen to them? Nobody not feel sorry for them, you know. Even though you know sometimes in some communities they do it out of fear, and some people are forced to do things by persons who wield power. But sometimes nobody not force them to do nothing. Them just do it. You understand? And them things. See? Cop accidentally shoots herself in the leg. I'm glad I in her leg still. I'm not glad that she shoot herself, you know. I'm glad that since it happened, it's just a leg shot. You understand? Just take her one leg. Saying, Donald the Mullins, look, brother, we have to deal with you. Everything good? I hope you're alright, you know, bro. See, we didn't even talk to you recently, but I hope you're good still. We're there. A female police corporal is now nursing a gunshot wound after she reportedly accidentally shot herself. Reports reaching the Jamaica Observer are that about 5:30 p.m. Saturday evening, the woman corporal, whose name is being withheld, was changing her uniform at a police station in St. Anne when one round was accidentally discharged from the Glock 9 service pistol issued to her. She was hit in the right leg. I mean, it's the right leg. The Independent Commission of Investigations are investigating. How they might investigate the gun? See? Ah, boy. Bloody Sunday. 8 murdered, including a child in St. James. Terror reigned. Let me draw for this, you know. Terror reigned across 4 parishes on Sunday with a total of 8 persons, including a child being murdered and several others injured. The murders, which happened between 9:05 a.m. and 5:14 p.m., occurred across St. Andrew, St. James, Westmoreland, and Kingston. The police report that 8-year-old Lance J. Sterling, a student of Pele Drive, Flanker in St. James, was shot and killed, while 3 others were shot and injured by unknown assailants. You know, there are words on the street that some people are say one person family nephew. Some reporters say I saw in Nationwide, and I tend to trust Nationwide for some reason. Like more times than not, they get it right. Especially Abka Fitzhenley. If Abka tweet it or do an article, I saw it go. And in an article published by them, it suggested that the 6-year-old may actually be the daughter of Tommy Lee. So I don't know if it's actually a nephew or a daughter because different media houses are suggesting different things. So the police report that 8-year-old Lance J. Sterling, a student of Pele Drive, Flanker in St. James, was shot and killed, while 3 others were shot and injured by unknown assailants. Among those injured in another 8-year-old student. Also in St. James, 25-year-old carpenter Rico Smith, otherwise called Smurf, was shot and killed on Barnett Street, while 2 others were injured on Jimmy Cliff Boulevard. In St. Andrew, 3 men were shot and killed on McKinley Crescent in Olympic Gardens, and 1 man was shot and injured. The deceased have been identified as 31-year-old Krishmar Haidal, 32-year-old Mestrado Smith, otherwise called 90, and 36-year-old David Archer. And Westmoreland recorded 2 murders on Sunday, with unknown assailants shooting and killing Roani Watson, 45-year-old, a car wash operator, and Suwain Dobson, a 28-year-old farmer. The other murder occurred in Kingston Central, which saw 40-year-old Imran Mutasa, an air condition technician, being killed. Up to March 21, Jamaica recorded 306 murders. And they never done this, you know, because we have more murders to talk about. See? And them something there. So a little bit more information on the flanker shooting. So 2 men are now being sought over flanker murder and shooting. A 9-year-old boy was killed and a 6-year-old girl. A 22-year-old man and a 53-year-old man shot and injured after gunshots were fired following a quarrel in flanker about 5 p.m. yesterday, the police said. Following the incident, the police have listed 2 persons of interest in connection with the murder and shooting. Yeah, I know people are going to teach at people. It's not me write the article. You know, you understand? We are asking Martina Kelly, almost sound like a killer, you know, otherwise called Tino, and a man known as Bobo, to report to the police by 12 p.m. today. I don't know if they report. See, a police statement read. And thing. So both Kelly and Bobo are off Lime Tree Lane flanker addresses. Now, 2 persons were captured after St. James murder. So a quick response police team along with an operation support team captured 2 men following a murder and shooting on Jimmy Cliff Boulevard last evening. Then nothing wrong with that. The incident took place shortly after 5 p.m. and the team's swift action resulted in the capture of the men and the seizure of 2 vehicles and a Taurus 9mm pistol within the hour, the police said. Police reports are that 3 men were aboard a private motor car when a man armed with a gun opened fire at them. The men ran in separate directions. However, 25-year-old Rico Smith, otherwise called Smurf as I said earlier, was chased and killed. Within minutes, the police set up a roadblock and captured the shooter, along with another man in a car. They also recovered a 9mm pistol, and the identities are being withheld pending further investigations. Investigators theorize that Smith was the intended target, and he is reportedly the leader of the Ogalian gang. Okay. And was also a person of interest in a double murder investigation. Okay. Flanker is considered inner city, but Barrett Lane and Jimmy Cliff Boulevard are right in the middle of Montego Bay. You understand? So, but Flanker is considered, you know, an inner city, a volatile area. But Barrett Street or Barnett Street. Barnett Street or Barrett Street, or which one? Let me see, because I don't want to lie on the street, you know. You understand? Tell me which one. If a Barrett or Barnett, then me not see it. Then, man. But one of them streets. Man, they soon tell me which one. Things too serious to spread. Yeah, spread out. I don't know, spread out type of topic. Them a serious topic. Them. Yeah, so I say Barrett. Yeah, so I say. Everybody afraid. In the heart of the state of emergency. But DeAndre, then people are got dead with a state of emergency are going and say, no, police can't cover every square foot of the turf. The man never type of foolishness. And plus, I suppose the police and military men them now have also become a little bit more preoccupied with this whole coronavirus situation. It's sad for no say SOE did everyone, the man never kill people one time said way. But you and me know saying I know SOE means it's like SOE don't mean say man nah dead can't dead because the amount of boots on the ground can't cover every single square inch at the place. Yes, and it's sad still. I mean, understand the sentiments where I express and the angle where I express it from. But you know what I think of you see? Brazen murder in Burton Town leaves residents puzzled and scared. Residents of tight-knit Burton Town in remote Rosal, on the steep slopes below Malvern in the Santa Cruz Mountains, freely confess they are afraid. Everybody coward, afraid, said one female resident, as she and others declined to be identified or to have their pictures taken when the Jamaica Observer Central visited last Thursday afternoon. As she put it, in all her 50-odd years, she had never heard of anything in her community as terrifying as occurred on the night of Monday, March 16, when her nephew, 35-year-old farmer Dervin Powell, was shot dead and 2 other people, including a woman, shot and injured. The injured woman is out of hospital with a wound to her foot. The injured man was in hospital up to the weekend, nursing bullet wounds across his face and to his hand. In one of several yards, nestled close together and approached from the road by a narrow, winding and stony trail, the woman's young male relative, whom we call John, told the horrible story in low, matter-of-fact tone. He pointed the observer team to a tree around which a small group of relatives and friends had sat and stood, drinking rum and listening to music. Suddenly, he said, they realized 2 gunmen were among them. He remembers the exact time, 1 minute past 9. One gunman ordered him to go face down on the ground. John hit the ground so hard he badly scraped his left knee on the broken concrete. The gunman stood over him with the weapon pointed at his head. On the ground, John said he heard Powell, who was leaning against the tree, say, "Officer, after me no do nothing, after I no wrongdoer." Those words were the last from Powell, for according to John, the gunman hovering over him immediately lifted his weapon and shot Powell, who fell forward on his face, dead. The killer then reassumed his previous posture, pointing the gun at John's head. By then, the injured man, now in hospital, had been shot by the second gunman and was running. Amazingly, for our locals, the injured man was chased by the second gunman in the dark through a rough trail and into a nearby hill. Locals say the injured man fell in a hole and stayed there and was aware of the second gunman coming on top of the hole, but not seeing his intended victim. The would-be killer eventually turned back. John told how the injured woman, on hearing the gunshots and uproar, cracked open the door for a nearby house and was promptly shot in the foot by the killer hovering over him. The killer then ran and smashed the light bulbs that was shining outside the house. After the second gunman returned from his fruitless chase of the injured man, the 2 left, but not before a final word of advice for John from the killer. Go S your mother, boy, and anything you see ya, make it stay here. For our locals and visitors alike, an immediate question was how the gunmen could have been so sure-footed in the dark to not only find a small group, but for one gunman to chase a running man deep into bushes. They showed the observer team dark blood stains on a concrete area, which is lasting testimony to the injured man's run for his life. It must be that them gunman know the area, said one person to general agreement. The larger question of why they came to kill remained unanswered. We don't know, said the woman who had declined to identify. That is what everybody is asking. Every day police come asking questions. For John, it is clear. The gunmen had specific targets. Them didn't want me, he said. And another youth run when them come and them don't even look upon him. Hey, see, I mess up my lip. Time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. So it's only in the Father, you know I put my trust. It's not everything good for eat, good for talk. I don't trust no shadow after dark. Ah boy. Man reportedly killed on hotel premises in Montego Bay. St. James, Jamaica. A man was reportedly shot and killed on the premises of a hotel on the Jimmy Cliff Boulevard on Monday about 4:50 p.m. The observer understand that the man sought refuge at the hotel after he was chased by a gunman. We shared this earlier, but gunshots were heard and his body was later found with multiple gunshot wounds at the hotel. He reportedly died on the spot. Investigators are now, investigating, probing. You know what I mean? Shock and anger as a sledgehammer is used to kill woman in West Kingston. The body of a female was found in a house with the head bashed in and a rope around her neck in Admiral Town in Kingston on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as 25-year-old Tavia Taylor of Torrington Park, West Kingston. Reports are that about 11:30 a.m., residents stumbled upon the body and summoned the police. Reports are that about 11:30 a.m., I said that already. On their arrival, law enforcers found Taylor lying on a bed with a wound to her face and a rope tied around her neck. A sledgehammer was also found close to the body. The gruesome discovery has left residents in the area in shock and anger. Police from the Denhamtown station have since launched an investigation into the discovery. Only weeks ago, the body of a female was found in a barrel on a handcart that was being pushed by youngsters at the intersection of Pichon and Beckford Streets, also in West Kingston. Police theorize that the victim was killed elsewhere and her body was on the way to being dumped when the police team suspicion was arose by the behavior of the youngsters who were pushing the handcart. Upon being accosted by the cops, the youngsters ran off and made good their escape. A search of the barrel on the handcart revealed the woman's body, which had been stuffed in the barrel. It is believed that the victim, who was from Denhamtown, was killed as a result of a major gang feud in the community. I'm so tired. What a confrontation this will be. Now look at me. At 2:45. I wanna go home. Peeps, it ain't rough. Despite the fact that we are facing a national health crisis, we still find time to be doing folly. Sad. Sledge boy, I don't know ya, man. I don't know Rasta. Peace, me I'll cut it there so still, you understand? And thing. May I get some sleep. As I tell you, I never sleep much last night and thing, and I never get to sleep today, really. So I need to get some rest. You see? And them things. Country is a mess. Country is a mess. Hey, Kenny B, yeah man, I talk about that earlier. As I said, I don't have no confirmation because some newspaper outlets, some media outlets are saying his nephew was shot. Some are saying his daughter. So I'm not sure 100%. You understand? Auntie. Set away. See? I am not certain if there will be a press conference tomorrow. If there's a press conference tomorrow, I will definitely stream. Or if there's any pertinent information as it relates to the coronavirus updates, I will stream tomorrow. So you can look out for that. As I said, the reason why I never streamed yesterday is because from late Saturday night, after I finished editing the Admiral Tibet interview, I started exporting and rendering the file for the interview marathon. Remember, I said that all the interviews that I would have done up to the Admiral Tibet, before the Admiral Tibet one, I would do a premiere and it would be a 24 hours premiere. The computer is okay, Zane, but it can't, it really and truly is hard for a 2015 MacBook Pro, despite the specs being fairly good, to render and export a 23 hours 58 minute file. Zane, it took all, that is why I did not stream yesterday, because I knew that the strain that was on the computer, it would make it difficult for me to stream. I never do a video yesterday either because the editor was busy, was occupied. Zane and thing. So it turns out, said this morning after 4, JPS cut off them light for about 2 seconds while the file was at 94% and everything spoiled. So what I've decided to do is to only, when I do it again, I will only now use the interviews that I uploaded before I start to premiere interviews. Computer can angle the work. Yeah, Mario, I kind of look on a 16-inch Zane. Kind of cost about one nice look of food. So we have to go and save towards that. But the specs on that should be able to serve me for one good 3-4 years. So I could see it go. Zane, and with the price for it better can do that too and things. So I want to do that marathon on Saturday, starting about 6 a.m. So and while I was looking at the videos in peeps, it was so amazing to sit down and look at the journey with these interviews. The first interview I did was archive, and that was with some mics where every minute the audio signal drop out and the interview would snag a post came next. Then the General B was my third one. General B was the one where I bought the professional microphone first. But then the settings never right and General B talk loud, so the whole audio peak. And in order to save the interview, me have to do some things and the audio still not sound good. See? I started getting the audio right from Aline come down. So it's amazing to look at these interviews and see the journey and see the progress until we add a second camera. First it was the iPhone that was for the Best Center and GW's interviews. Then it's an amazing look journey till we reach and I'm still not doing one because as a matter of fact there's a couple of things that I wish to add to the whole interview thing. Right now I use a Canon 80D as my main camera and a Canon T7i for the B cam. I want to reach a stage where both cameras are the same type of camera. See, I want to do some future proofing. So I want to be able to shoot in 4K. Even though I'm not going to shoot in a 4K, even though I'm not going to upload in a 4K, I'm going to downsize the 4K footage so it will still look better. See? So I want both footage to come from the same camera where look identical, the color science and everything. So I actively try acquire 290Ds, yeah, which is 4K camera. And I like DSLRs. I don't like mirrorless cameras. So I'm still kind of old school with the camera thing. I like camera we have weight in my hand. Like, you know, when it come on to ladies, we like a little bit of meat. You understand me? I said the chicken back thing don't really work out all the time still. There's nothing wrong with chicken back, you know. You understand? But I prefer chicken parts. So but that's what I said. So as I look up and I share things from time to time with you guys because as a family thing, certain things I don't disclose for security purposes and for other reasons. Plus, I'm a very private person. I mean, people, if you really know me and know that I am a very private person, I only share what I think needs to be shared. And even when I think it needs to be shared, sometimes I don't share it. But that was part of the journey. So I think couple major acquisition for the coming months will be my need for upgrade my laptop. Definitely me need, because with these interviews, it is really and truly heavy for export 2 hour interview. You understand what I say? And thing, so me need for upgrade that. I was looking at the Apple website, because I use the Apple ecosystem. That is how I use run my channel, yeah? Because I use Final Cut Pro to edit. And Final Cut Pro is only available on the Mac ecosystem. See, to get a computer the spec I want is almost in the region of $4,000 US. You understand what I say? The cameras, see, I am buying the cameras just body only, because I don't need a lens right now. The lens when I come and something, I don't need a lens. You understand? I'm going to buy a couple more lenses, but the 2 lenses I use now, okay for the time being. One of the camera about 12 bills. So, I mean, this thing costs money. I have not been I have not been somebody who shies away from reinvesting in my craft, from improving. You understand what I say? So that's what people will look at it and think, so that thing here, in order to progress cheap, that's not the case. You understand? We would have reinvested so much, made so much sacrifice to acquire the things that we want. As I always tell you, I'm not using a prime lens right now. I have prime lenses. You understand? I have a couple prime lenses. But a zoom lens me use. For the main lens, the wide shot is the greatest affordable lens for an APS-C camera, which is the Sigma Art 18 to 35 1.8. I mean, it don't really get much better than that. And for the B cam, which is isolating the talent, you need more zoom, which is a Sigma 17 to 50 2.8. But me have prime lenses, man. But based on what me do, and how me set up, me prefer good zooms. You understand? So I'm good with that. But me have prime, me have a few prime. Me have the Nifty 50, me have the 24, and couple others. But you know what I mean? And them something. So peeps, it's just that, yeah, Final Cut Pro is $300 basically, brother. See? And them things. But Final Cut Pro is a one-time purchase, bro. See, and teach, you need at least 2.9 gigahertz. And that me have now, brother. And that me have now. 16 gigs of memory. But it's a 512 SSD me have now. It's a 2015 MacBook Pro me I use now still. Almost fully spec. Only thing is that the hard drive and I couldn't go 32 gigs. But them time, I never have them type of money there at the time. You understand? But we are planning for going now. A 1 terabyte SSD, then 64 gig of memory, AMD Radeon 550, 8 gigs, and some other little knickknacks. You understand? So we I go get a system where I can manage the work rate and manage the load and feel one good 3-4 years. You understand what I say? Who are the next artists? Tell me which one. I could have Peter, Paul, or John. Interview this weekend. Sunday is a female. That's all me tell you. You understand? The next interview will be a female. Then nobody ask me no more question. You understand what I say? Oh, no need for go watch Admiralty better if you not watch it yet. Zane, get a 2020 MacBook Pro. Then that me tell us, I'm going to do brother. Well, it come out 2019, which is the latest one. Zane, which is a 16-inch. I mean, that is really and truly built for professional. So Apple has kind of, you know, gone back to them roots and things. So we are do the research and thing, and for the money we are search. You understand? And them look things there. So we have some things I work on, because the reality is that there are hundreds of artists left out there to interview, and I don't only plan to interview artists. Me have a reason we do not look clean, because I don't know where I'm going, I don't love me. See, I don't only plan to document the story of entertainers, but I want to document people who have a story to tell, where people are interested in. I have been wanting to interview Mr. Renita Adams. I have been wanting to interview people like Trinity and Bigger Ford and Leng. But just not make them move there yet. You understand? Peter Champagne and them man there. Enough people out there for interview people. So not just artists alone we are interview. You understand what I say? And things. So Second is what make a computer go. You see me? So, yeah, them look at things there. Plus, I think we need to buy a lens for the streaming camera. Is the kit lens upon it, you know. It's just got the lighting good when I look handsome. You understand? But we need a faster lens or let in more light, make the thing look crispy. But we get to that in a whole heap of little things, please. As we say, more time we just don't really talk to, we don't really say certain things, but we always do things, we always acquire things. You understand? And as I say, you know, it's really a team now. Well, not this part of the thing, not the streaming and doing the videos per se, but with the interviews, it's a team, you understand? And then it's a team that is employed. As I said, them are my friends, but them not work for free. See? So I will the thing I grow and I build, and you know, we are taking it in stages and phases. And them something, yeah. Far where I come from. Now a lobster when I'm for dinner. I don't mean it's still a cartel is about, you know what I mean? And thing. First thing, I not even like lobster, that's the first thing. See? But peace, we are give thanks. YouTube has been a blessing on so many different levels. See? Peace, I said earlier, yes, when the coronavirus thing up set clean and the world has gone back to some form of normalcy, I really and truly intend this time to have a teach them link up. I know many of the persons who watch the channel are watching from overseas, but I know many persons have expressed. You see, new waves from world map days, so what the living room, brother. The world map, no, I take it down, but I still have it. You understand? And it's a world map still out there, but it's not that one. You understand? It's the one I cut out. See? And thing. I really and truly intend to do this teach them link up thing. You understand? I know everybody won't get to be there. While also try to do is to bring in some of my artist friends. Because I have artist friends now. I can't say I have artist friends. Because the reality is that everybody we interview, really and truly we have developed a relationship of respect. And mutual respect. You understand what I say? So, I know some people as a teacher, all the artists that we interview, you need to do a stage show with them and them something. Who knows? You understand? Who knows? And probably we can do that and the background and now in a moment, a green screen and that one not real. You understand what I say? That one not really real. The one that is in the video, but the killer video and the weak fence video, that one there is what me I look for now. But the next rest of the studio had to still. You understand? And the good old breaker box James Bond. When you look at what the wall there, so I'm not telling brother. More time I look at what they video, them just laugh at them. Yes, a Jado star. Progress is a must. You see? So, but they really want to do that link up something them. I don't know exactly how they go about it because we know so enough persons would have expressed a teach, would have to go work it out where as many of us can travel at the same time and them something there. Zine. So I don't know how that I go. But you know, Zine, drink some liquor, eat some food, listen to some good music, all the vibes and them something there with the fans them and thing and the team and you know what thing go. Zine and thing. I have met a number of persons from the channel and lovely people. There are many persons who when I get a chance to meet it. I know people on the channel want to meet people and things. So I mean a good look of eyes. So we see how that goes. So we talk about that some more as we go along and them things there. But with our peeps, we out here. March has been a slow month on YouTube, believe it or not. The coronavirus has slowed down a lot, but we still give thanks. We're still blessed. Zine, as I said, any video about coronavirus, monetize, but we don't explain to you how that go already and them something there. And we are doing alright, because we have people out here who support the things at speed and thing. And, you know what I mean? So we are give thanks. But March has been a slow month, I suppose. April maybe just as slow considering the situation. Zine. And you know, when just like Admiral Tibet saying, prefer stop sing before him leg off him consciousness. So we prefer stop the YouTube before we sell out. You understand what I say? Before we fake out. You feel me? So we just go on all our own, and I mean the numbers are not where they normally are, but them alright. We have had better months, views wise, watch hour wise, monetary wise, but we still have give thanks. You understand what I say? We have months where about $20 we make off a YouTube back in our past. You understand? So you know what thing go. You see me? So peeps, big up on yourself. Interview everyone except politicians and convicts, basically. There are some convicts who me they interview in a Guy Fox. Me don't interview Ninja Man yet. Me don't interview Zebra. You understand what I say? Me don't interview Cartel. If him willing for we do an interview. You understand? Everybody have a story, you know. You see him? And thing. Plus me interview artists already who have been convicts. So you know one thing, the convict thing, I'm not sure about that part there. See, the politician part now, me can't see through that. You understand? Because you know we not too you understand in our politics. See, but because we say, we are a politician with story together, brother. So then the story is a story, you know, not the person. You understand? So that's the next thing. See, you talk about family, that, yeah, no, Amari, I don't have much to say about it, brother, because I don't know the details. As me I say, one, some news outlet I say, is him daughter, someone say, I'm never get shot, so I don't know. I know I not go to delve into something if I don't know what the situation is. So there's not much for me to say until I get the solid information. See? And thing, you know when something go. You see me? So, I just say a thing the peeps, and as I always tell them, say, remember, I have a couple of other channels. I know that I have not been doing any work on Jamaica. Boy, I don't know. See? And I have not done anything recently on JA positive. But all of them things I go come. See, we'll try to balance out some things. And remember, we're in this with the long haul in a piece. We're not just in this for 1 2 years, you know. A bill, we have bill something, you know. You understand what I say? Take with time and a bill, we have bill something. You see me? And you know, we have talked about this before, that I will not be teaching for ever. The only thing with that, I am smart enough to know that it is not wise to just... The podcast I come to Dexton, man. And hold on. I told them I look on the podcast, set up back at me and I said, "Jad, don't start." But I do not work over here so yet, but we soon get to that. That you know really wise for walk away from a solid job and depend on YouTube only. I did the research and was about to start purchasing things for the business, but we kind of put some things on hold. Then I want to set the channel on a level where the channel can take care of itself for a couple of years in terms of plus an app. I'm not sure about the app part, you know, but I'm actively thinking about creating a website for the brand. I'm not sure about the app part yet. But actively I got consider a website aspect of the thing. Yeah. So as I say, read the computer, read my cameras, or get them things out of the way. Plus I know there will be an addition to the family soon. So a whole heap of little things. We out here, I give thanks, I put in the work. And thing. You know what thing go. And I would have buried my mother recently, and you can appreciate that is not cheap. So we just try to balance back some things. You see what I say? We're there. We're out here. Peeps, big up on yourself, but don't tell them my life story, you know. I don't love people business, you know. Leave people business alone. You understand what I say? I'm going to go on a piece more of this before we cut big up some people and then things. Yo, Jamaica, it's like we curse because it's either we are the best or we are the worst. Someone not easy. It's like them a run down the earth with them pocket mine or them purse thirst. Someone on the menses are just some weak fences. Them think them smart, but them lack all senses. I see the one bad boy Trevor turn mad boy Trevor. Swear him smooth and think him clever. The man call up some shorty and a keep pool party. Well, it's more of a fool party because them life it could have cost it. Me I tell you the truth. Me I wonder if I brave them brave. If some man are just some real pum slave. It's like a them grave them a crave. A COVID them a take for joke. And see them now, them in up a court. Garfield Reid did a move with speed. This him couldn't believe. So him pull off with such great ease. So the party a kick. And him a go and breeze. Pon the poolside, him a go on all the vibes. Thinking everything Chris. And the system him this. But him never realize. Said this one, the police them never miss. The cops run in, but them never find a machine. Just over 50 adults. I behave like some preteen. It was a girl farm Sunday. We send them a prison Monday. Up a plantation nights, them try pull their eyes. But bad boy Trevor and him friend pay the ultimate price. Liquor get seized, freedom get squeezed. Now, bad boy Trevor in a familiar spot. You don't know that a dunk on him knees. It's like the man them not learn. Yo, the man them not show no concern. I better things change when them freedom or pocket burn. Now the other day, I see Ellie, pon the socials, in the paper, pon the telly, with a lame apology. I try sell it. The man waste him energy at the folly, then turn around and a ball say him sorry. It's like the man rob Harry and turn toddler. Big man a tell lie pan declaration paper. Yo, the elephant fly in and say quarantine enough for him. Well, as far as me concerned, we need a zoo to lock him in. And if the cops don't want to move in, we just call in, right again. You see? Yo, peeps, big up for yourself, you know. You understand? I know say most of them on the yard now and thing I want to to Gar Road, but if the people that still a Gar Road, you know there's something go. See, be careful there, sir. Not only be careful now from the regular things, always say be careful from, but you have to be careful now from the corona situation. You understand what I say? Zane, but the big old headphone them wanna stop stop separating themselves from the environment. Them Bluetooth that piece, them they're not careful. Keep your phones in your pockets and in your bags. You know what I think of? Walk with only the cash you need. Them only for jewelry and bangle and fandangles there. Yeah, you work for a year, money buy, but people will take it and take your life in the process. If you must take public transportation, try to travel in a group. If you cannot travel in a group, know the do's and the don'ts. Take the license plate number. So then go get somebody. You understand? Tell people you're there, tell people you go. Always follow your instinct. If it feels wrong, it is wrong. Above all, trust absolutely no one. For the people, them every move they make them put up on them social media status on the stop. You understand? Top. For the people that may live them private life in the public, top. For the people that may suffer from the Instagram syndrome, may try to live other people's best life, stop. Live the life where you can as best as you can. Yeah, man. Peeps, big up on yourself, you know. Well, I appreciate the support, you know. You understand? I mean, I see Ingrid Theatre, I mean, I see Ruth Daly, Romaria Toretto, New Wave Entertainment, Camps, Finar, I see Ruth Daly, A Spade, Anthony Summers, Gregory White, Xavier, the class prefect, Sir Gio, who else in the building? Zigzag, Miss Posh, Gaza Girl, Oligar, I think what I say, Oligar Asolska. This is a Man U fan. Dante Dan, Cookie Mama, Miss Millicent Thomas, Matt Dermott, Crazy Future, that name the bad. You understand? Teach. You have to make 2 dub plates from the poem there. Yo, Romario, big up for yourself, you know. Father Ken Prosper. Miss Angela Martin. I think Diamond Clark did there. I know James Bond about. Zane, I don't know if the Royal General there, I think so. That may I say, Zane. Miss Thea Spencer, Mike Larry. You understand? Miss Joan Gray. Big up on yourself, and Miss Jen McKell. Minnie Brown. Zane. I think O'Neill Mills. I think I need to do one call in one of them evening, you know. A long time we don't do no call in and find out what the people them there know how the situation and go on this and them something there. So we probably need to do a roll call. Long time we don't do that. And I want to short of equipment now, because I did all buy something for the podcast setup where Craig Creations, they can actually take two phone calls and we can mix them and sort of something. But I get to that one of them time here, man. Garfield Thompson, big up yourself in the family. You see, you know me, I say, for the persons who contributed financially to the stream tonight, really and truly appreciate it. Cookie Mama say, pull up, Feather. You understand? Miss Rosie B said, teach that performance need a payment. Money pull up straight. Blessing stage. Keep up the amazing work. Big up on yourself, ladies. I appreciate the support. Here's Miss Fong. Blessings and Rika Ringrose. Manners. Hope all is well. Mervyn Jones. Blessings. You see? So, soon. Romario and alright. So may I say, Miss Karen Roberts, good night. I'm man. Big up yourself in the family. I think I need to do a call in one of them there. You see? Probably can do one day call in, you know. I don't know, I'm full of ideas, you know. Right now, my brain fertile till America will invade and jail for oil here. Oh. Yo, I want to go girl Sunday. You might have a prison Monday. Careful how you do youth. Is it? You did get the late. No, you know, so I'm not getting no link for Miss Brown. Nobody not give me no number for her. I'm not hearing nothing about. You understand me? I say, I'm not getting no link for her family. You see me? I say? And thing. So we're there. Peeps, big up on yourself. Appreciate the support here. You understand? Liquor gets seized. Police thirst is. Yo, the man them rescue 2 giddies. Or did I freeze? Some Irony King and some Spitfire. And some liquor like this. Yo, you know, you can go with belly answer. See, I need to get some rest, peeps. To where right now, you are Addy related. No, you know, Addy I just my DJ. You understand? Addy I just my DJ, man. Lyrically, I'm a DJ. You understand? Addy in a. Alright, so I'm telling my DJs before me leave. See? And this is no particular number order. But Vibes Cartel, Agent Sasko, OC, Assassin, the Warlord, Bounty, Killer. You understand? Them 3 there, I'm a 3 top DJ, the man who I listen the most. You understand what I say? And thing. Each of them, I rate whole heap of other people, Zane. When me hold a deep meds, a fire wayne, that is eye wayne, Kalanji. You understand what I say? So Cabra in a hardcore section too. But when me hold a meds, Zane, eye wayne, Junior Gang, Sizzler Kalanji. You understand? But when it come on to now, hardcore DJ, Vibes Cartel, Bounty Killer, Agent Sasko. And each of them bring something different to the plate. Cartel and Sasko bring lyrics, but a lyrics from a different direction and dimension. Killer bring everything. You understand what I say? And them something there. Zane, Fire Wayne is a different meds. Junior Gang is a different meds. And when we go rap, a 2 place we go. We go Tupac, the greatest, and Eminem. That's what I think there. Musically, that's so. And female artists, the most place I go with female artists are Tanya Stevens. We listen to other people, but Tanya are the mama. Not 2 ways or that. Because to me, when I listen to music, I not just listen to music because of the melody and the rhythm. I listen to music for the artistry. I listen to music for lyricism, for metaphors, for puns. You understand? For the use of literary devices. Zane. So as an educator, I think at them things they appeal to me. Hence, when Agent Sasko do a tune, like I live a tune with the man. You understand? The man as Buju said about cartel, him stimulate the events. Tanya Stevens, when I listen to Tanya, I say, yo, no do. If Tanya was a man, Tanya would be one of the baddest artists in our country. And because a woman thing. Tanya more lyrical than 3/4 artists in our business. Males. May I say that again? Tanya more lyrical than 3/4 of the artists them in the building. Romario, rewrote the equation there, brother. Because it look like you don't know what I'm going to dance family. So, I will listen to everybody, peeps. Zane, we'll listen to Diddy. Zane, we'll listen to Alka, we'll listen to Vada, we'll listen to everybody. You understand? We don't really join a line musically. I appreciate people like DeMarco, some man with them not rating at the business. I'm a think talented. Man like Gage. You understand what I say? So, you have a look at you name progress. I listen a lot of that local youth and music. Very talented youth. You understand? You have a youth who stutter from back in the days named Zamunda. We listen a lot of Zamunda because I think him really we listen everybody still. See? And thing. Peeps, big up on yourself. So that I'm looking at my musical, you understand? Evan. You know when you come on to old school, Peter Tosh are the man. Peter Tosh is the man. And for me, and I want to listen to me now, but I feel now about it, you know. Peter Tosh, D Brown, Garnet, and then Bob. And that's my order. Peter Tosh, D Brown, Garnet Silk, Bob Marley. I know some people might go the other way around, but that's my order. The stepping razor, sharper than them. Peeps, my God, big up on yourself. Soon, probably tomorrow, we don't even do it. You understand? Where's Sarah Mario? Oh! Yeah, man, Peter, the man. You understand? Peter music stimulate the events, brother. You understand? And you know, Bujo, Gargamel kind of a different class, you know. That class there, nobody else no pass for an idea, you know. You understand? It's a different class that again. Because when you go Sizzler, you go Gargamel, but Gargamel they pan a level where nobody no really did it. Gargamel mix a hardcoreness and consciousness and depth kind of different. And then when you tie in that with him voice and him catalog, it's different. You understand? So when you go music, we think not just in a one box and you say yo a gully or a gas or a vendetta or a crap that. Music we say, peeps, good night. Walk good. Soon. I'm out.
Teach them! Hey, yo, hello! Send the message and make it reach them. It's Teach Them, right here. Warlord representing.